Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So top-ranked CEO and promoter, legendary promoter Bob Arum exposes the fact that Danny Swift Garcia and his dad, Angel Garcia, avoided the fight with pound-for-pound king, WBO welterweight champion, Terence Bud Crawford. They had the opportunity to fight Terence Crawford this fall, but they decided, yeah, we're not even going to respond to them, is what Bob Arum stated. He says that he don't believe that Angel Garcia believes that Danny Swift Garcia can beat Terence Crawford. I believe they fought twice in the amateurs and they split, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then you guys can correct me, right? But with that said, Danny Garcia, I believe, and I'm speculating, I believe that Danny Garcia thought that he was going to land the Mikey Garcia fight, and he had his attentions set on Mikey Garcia. But we know that Mikey Garcia could possibly sign with DAZN, Eddie Hearn, and Matchroom Promotions, as Eddie Hearn stated that he expects Mikey Garcia to sign with him and his company, right? With that said, you know, Mikey Garcia has just recently come out and stated that he wants to face Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, 8th Division Filipino superstar, who just defeated Keith one-time Thurman, who was undefeated at the time and is no longer defeated, obviously, right? Because Manny Pacquiao got the victory over Keith Thurman just last weekend, and Manny Pacquiao became the WBA regular champion, right? Or super champion, whatever. He's the WBA champion, right? So with that said, you know, Danny Garcia, I believe, thought that he could land the Mikey Garcia fight. But what's confusing is Mikey Garcia recently did an interview with Fight Hype. Shout out to Fight Hype. He did an interview with Fight Hype in which he stated that that if Danny Garcia wants to fight, then he's all for it. He says he wants to make the fight between himself and Danny Garcia, but Danny Garcia has to be willing to make the fight, and if he's willing to make the fight, let's make it happen. This is what Mikey Garcia stated. But it seems like Mikey Garcia since might have got wind that he has a possibility of landing a fight with a mega fight with Manny Pacquiao, and he obviously will turn his attention that way, as that's the bigger fight, right? So Danny Garcia is kind of left out in no man's land at this point in time, and Terence Crawford looks to face his mandatory in the Mean Machine, but you know, we would much rather see Terence Crawford face Danny Swift Garcia, right? They have history. They went back and forth on social media, arguing back and forth. Danny Garcia was highlighted as avoiding Victor Postol when he was at the 140-pound division. Terence Crawford at one point was slighted as a person that was avoiding Victor Postol as well, but we know Terence Bud Crawford eventually took the fight with Victor Postol. He was victorious against Victor Postol. Not only was he victorious, but he dominated Victor Postol, dropping Victor Postol multiple times in that fight. Just absolutely dominate him. Danny Garcia opted to never fight Victor Postol, right? Terence Crawford became undisputed at 140 pounds. Danny Swift Garcia only was unified. I'm not saying that, you know, that's not an important feat, right? I'm not saying that, you know, it's not, you know, a big thing in becoming unified, right? I'm not saying that, you know, it's less than, but it's less than being undisputed. You understand what I'm saying? So with that said, you know, Danny Garcia then started fighting at catchweights at 144 and things of that nature before he made his actual move to 147. He fought Robert Guerrero, he fought Paulie Malignaggi, then he fought Keith Thurman, in which he lost, right? Then he fought Sean Porter, in which he lost. Before that, he did fight Adrian Granados. Excuse me. He just recently fought Adrian Granados and knocked out Adrian Granados in dramatic fashion, right? But we would much rather see, at this point in time, Danny Garcia fight Terence Bud Crawford. There's history there. Danny Garcia, the fight with Showtime Sean Porter, WBC welterweight champion, who will be taking on Errol Spence Jr., undefeated IBF welterweight champion, in September 28th to be exact. That fight between Sean Porter and Danny Garcia was a closer fight than Danny Garcia-Keith Thurman fight, in my opinion. I thought Keith Thurman won by a bigger margin. I thought that Sean Porter fight was slightly a bit closer than the Keith Thurman fight for Danny Garcia. But with that said, he hasn't truly been absolutely dominated in any of his 2 losses. So we would love to see Danny Garcia versus Terence Crawford. They got history, it's a storyline. You know, it just makes sense, right? So for Danny Garcia and Angel Garcia not to even respond to Bob Arum and Terence Crawford speaks volumes. Not to mention, I will say this, you know, in defense of Danny Garcia and Angel Garcia, there was reports coming out that they were being shortchanged. They overpaid Amir Khan, but they didn't want to pay Danny Garcia the same numbers they paid Amir Khan. I don't understand why, as Danny Garcia beat Amir Khan. That was the first biggest victory in his career. He dominated, knocked out Amir Khan. He stopped Amir Khan. So why would you overpay Amir Khan but not Danny Garcia? Danny Garcia at this point in time is far more credible than Amir Khan. You know, he's a better fighter than Amir Khan, and he's a bigger name than Amir Khan. Amir Khan only claim to fame is that he's from the UK. The sport of boxing is perceived totally different than it is in the States. So his popularity is you know, it's overstated. You know, it's overblown. Danny Garcia is a bigger star than Amir Khan, right? But with that said, you know, we would love to see this fight. Hopefully next time we see Danny Garcia, somebody asks him about this. You know, this fight needs to happen, man. What route is he going to take at this point in time? You know, I'm pretty sure Terence Crawford is probably locked in for the Mean Machine fight. But, you know, hopefully we get this fight in the future, man. But Bob Arum says that, you know, they completely avoided the fight, point blank and period. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Did Danny Swift Garcia, Angel Garcia avoiding Terence Bud Crawford? Is Terence Crawford, did he try to undercut and lowball Danny Garcia, and that's why the fight didn't happen? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.